Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Dora and this is my mid-year check-in to my plan to pan. So 25 in 2025, I would like to completely finish 25 makeup products this year. At my last update exactly a month ago, at least in terms of filming this, I was down to 19 products and I do have some more empties today. Let's just get straight into it, and then at the end of the video I'm going to let you know the totals of where I'm at right now. Am I on track for being at the halfway point? We'll see. Alright, kicking off with primers, I put 4 face primers in here initially and I'm down to 2. And I don't have any more empties from this category, but I do have a little bit of progress. So my first product is the Bare Minerals Primetime Original Foundation Primer. I just have a little bit of weight difference on here. I've used up 0.2 grams since my previous update, and that's 2 grams exactly since the intro. There are 30 mils in here. Doesn't always equate to 30 grams necessarily. Of course, it had some use on here. This is my oldest face primer in my collection. I'm sort of less worried about it. There's another primer, which I'll show you in a moment. That is my focus for summer. And then once I'm done with that one and I'm making really good progress on it, then I'll be moving over to using this one. So here's my Revolution Pro Radiant Peach Primer Brightening. It does have some tinted qualities in there. I find it works really nice as a standalone product, you know, in lieu of foundation with just a bit of concealer. Sometimes I do mix that with my foundation a little bit just to warm it up a little bit more, make it a bit deeper, and then use it where I need it, under my eyes and any kind of blemishes or redness that I've got going on in my face. But this on top of an SPF works really well, and it is mattifying too. I've got a really nice weight difference on here. That's 2.7 grams since my previous update and 9.1 grams since the intro. Let's move into my foundations, and for both of them I'm gonna have to show you 2 products. It's just the way it is, but yeah, bear with me. So there's the Arbonne Perfecting Liquid Foundation in Deep Beige. It's too dark for me, and I have concocted this into this Note Detox and Protect foundation here, and then I mixed a third foundation into it, a really light, too light for me, with sort of medium coverage into this one here. The Note on its own I found too high coverage for me personally, whereas the Arbonne is very liquid. So I've got a nice concoction going on here. I weighed how much I took out of this one, and then once I have used up the equivalent of what's in here, I will then consider that portion of the Arbonne done, and then I'll concoct the rest of it probably back into here and do that whole thing again. I'm now at 76.2 grams with this product. I was at 79.2 at my previous update after concocting it. So that means I've used exactly 3 grams since my previous update, and I've still got 4.3 grams left in order to reach my goal of 71.9 grams. So I'm a little under halfway there, but I think that's all right because I was splitting my time between this foundation and another one. That is the first empty of this update. This is the PS Foundation, Illuminating Foundation in the shade Nougat. And at my last update, I had taken out, scraped out every last thing that I could because I could no longer pump it out. And I scraped it into this little travel-sized container here, Espa Optimal Skin. Not that it matters. And here's what that one was looking like last time. And here it is now, all empty. I'm so happy about that. So that's my first foundation done of the year. I think that's not too terrible considering, yeah, it took me just under 6 months to do that. I did start with that foundation on the 1st of January, even though I filmed my intro in November, I believe. So I used up 2.1 grams since my previous update, or that's how much was in here basically. And that means in total, this PS foundation had 35.5 grams worth of product in there for me to use. I think that's interesting. It's 30 mils, but yeah, 35.5 grams is what's actually in there. And I do have a backup, so now I know what to expect in terms of weight differences. Next is my concealer, an XX Revolution concealer. This is in the shade CX2. There's really not a lot to see here, but I have some weight differences again. So this is the only concealer that I'm using. 0.8 grams since my previous update, and that's 4.9 grams, so just under 5 since my intro. There are 13.5 mils in here. I started using this last summer already. I've no idea how much I've got left. Yeah, it's, you know, I'm not close to removing the stopper, at least I don't think so. I have noticed from finishing concealers in the past that when it gets close to me having to remove the stopper, it feels as if there's suddenly more product in there. And it's sort of, you know, you have to be really careful and slow as you're opening it up. You can't just go, you know, it will just fly everywhere and ruin your clothes. But yeah, if I'm sort of being careful. There's quite a lot here still on the doe foot applicator. But yeah, I think that's a sign that it's sort of, you know, on its last legs before I need to remove the stopper. I do think I still have like a couple of months before I potentially need to do that. But yeah, it could potentially be, you know, beginning of September maybe that I might have to remove the stopper. Oh, that'd be great. Let's move into the blusher category, and I do have another empty. I'm so excited about this. So here's the PS Cream Blusher in Rose, and it's done. I'm going to show you the slides now of what this product has been looking like over the months. I always found this pan that was, you know, exposing itself more and more. So bizarre looking. But finally, we know what it looks like, and here it is. So of course, there's still like a teeny tiny bit of product clinging on to those. You know, they're like, actually, that's not a smooth surface at all. So they're still clinging onto those little gaps and whatnot. I am no longer willing to put this on my face. I do not find this hygienic whatsoever. This just looks like a bit of a bacteria party venue to me, so I'm not interested in getting out every last little milligram. Super happy to call it done. I've been able to finish up 5.5 grams within this project. This is a 6-gram product. I've got a little star sticker on there. It's just, you know, for my BYOP. It's going everywhere a little bit. And it did have a little bit of prior use on it, so I think that seems reasonable. I have used up 0.8 grams since my previous update. Yay for an empty, which is great news as well because I'm finally using my Fenty matchsticks with some more consistency. This is a daily use item now, and even though the visual progress is probably still not there, I do have a little tiny bit of a weight difference again, finally. So this Fenty matchsticks now weighs 44 grams exactly, which means I've used up 0.1 grams since my previous update, and that's 0.2 since the intro. Daily use item, wearing it today, although I do have a blush topper on there as well, a powder one. But yeah, happy. I do mix this one in because it is a bit more like on the solid side. I tend to put it on top of the Dr. Hauschka illuminating stick here. This is in the shade 4. This is due to expire in September of this year. I think I'm doing all right with it. Again, now that the PS Cream Blusher is done, I'm getting more regular use on this one here. Maybe you can see that here, but I think I'm having to start to be a little bit more careful here with the application because it seems to be starting to break off. Here's what this looks like all the way rolled down, and then let me show you it all the way rolled up, and then again down to where the plastic base is, which is here. So in terms of weight differences, I have used up 0.2 grams since my previous update, and that's 0.8 since the intro. Let's talk about face powders now, and I do have another empty. Right, so here's another PS product, and this was the PS My Perfect Color Foundation Pressed Powder. There was really not a lot in here at my previous update. And of course, it's completely done now. Yay! I'm 100% going to franken something in here. Maybe a blush, I'm not sure yet. Like a powder product, obviously. I've already got a franken face powder going on somewhere else. This packaging is a little bit broken, but I don't have so many empty products, so I will use it. All right. There were 10 grams in here, and I used up just 0.1 grams since my previous update and 6.8 since the intro. So obviously I already had pan in this product in the intro. Yeah, almost 7 grams. About 3/4 of this product-ish I ended up using in this project. I've also got some progress on my other face powder. So this is a loose powder by H&M. It's called Seamless Setting Powder in the shade Light. I've got a weight difference on here of 0.8 grams since my previous update, and that's 2.5 since the intro. This is a product that has 6 grams in here, so a lot less than the PS pressed powder. And I think I'm getting close. So here is where the product is sitting right now as I tap it. I can never get it like neatly aligned to the writing on the back, but never mind. I don't have so much left, I don't think. So I'm really confident I can have that face powder done as well. I'm sort of slightly holding back a little bit because I find this really useful for travel purposes. I do still have one more trip planned for the summer, so I'm probably gonna take this one with me. But then on the other hand, sometimes I'm thinking, no, it doesn't matter if you finish it before then, because then I would literally just be down to one franken face powder, and which I'm going to show you it now. And it's this one here, Alverde. Well, it isn't, because it's just some Revolution eyeshadows that I just mixed together, and I hit pan on this the other day. I'm not really happy to travel with something like this because I think it would just break. So yeah, whether I end up taking the H&M loose powder or it's already done by then and I end up buying a new loose powder, I think that's also fine. I need to just remember to use it. It's just the pressed powder, I find it a little bit more convenient. Anywho, doing all right with it. Let's move into eyeshadow sticks now. First up is the Nude Sticks Magnetic Eye Color in Terra. I got this one from Ruth. Also, the next 2 products that I'm going to show you, the PS Cream Blusher was from Ruth, the Note Foundation, and I think an eye pencil that I'm going to show you as well, and that's it from this selection. Okay, she's linked down below. Please make sure you check her out. She's absolutely brilliant and hilarious too. I do finally have some progress on this Nude Sticks though. I'm so happy with it. It definitely helps that it's gotten a little bit warmer now and we're in a heat wave, and yeah, this just glides on better. In the winter months, even spring, it was difficult to apply it. Yeah, it sort of hurt my eyelids a little bit. Anyway, I am now at 7.2 grams with this product. That means I've used up 0.8 since my previous update, and that's 1.5 since the intro. Then I've got these e.l.f. No But shadow sticks here. Let's start with this one here. This is a little bit more, you know, disappointing. Oh, I really do have so much left in here, and I have not touched this in the past month. I've really been splitting my time between the other e.l.f. shadow stick and the Nude Sticks. So this is still at 13.8 grams, and that means 0 since my last update and 0.3 since my intro. I do have some really good progress on here though. This is Champagne Crystal, and here's how much I have left of this one. Depending on when I film my next update, I think it could be an empty. I think I've got about 1.5, maybe 2 months left of this product. I am now at 13.2 grams with this product, which means I've used up 0.2 grams since my previous update, and that's 0.3 since update 2 when this rolled in. Another, I think it was a concocted cream eyeshadow that had gone bad, so I had to declutter it and then pour this one in update 2. Let's look at my eye pencils next. I have got this P2 Intensive Kohl eye pencil here. This was another replacement item for something else that had gone bad, another eye pencil. So I only wrote it in update 1. I've used up 0.5 grams since then, and that is 0.3 grams since my previous update. here it is. I mean, no idea how low this goes. I would imagine like maybe around here, you know, this is where the line is from that sponge tip applicator thingy here. I think I can do it. Probably, you know, November, December, but I do think I can do it. This next item is so cute and tiny. It's not an empty yet, and I've just sharpened it, possibly for the last time today. And this is the Maybelline Soft Bronze Eye Pencil, Tattoo Liner, Gel Pencil. So there's a tiny bit here. I'm using this on the lower lash line right now, whereas the black kohl goes on my upper waterline. I'm so close on this. I'm at 2.4 grams with this entire product. I've used up 0.4 grams since my previous update, and that's 3.9 since the intro. So now there's just 4 lip products left to talk about, and then I'll give you the totals in terms of how many empties and where am I at. This is a Revolution lip liner, Satin Kiss lip liner in Chauffeur. I rolled this in update 2 because a second eye pencil had gone bad, but I ran out of eye pencils to put into this project. I'm down to literally those 2 that I showed you just now in my collection. So I rolled in a lip pencil instead. I'm making really good progress with this one because it just moves quite fast, you know. I maybe apply this about 5, maximum 10 times before I need to sharpen it again. I don't find that a lot personally with other, you know, less soft eye pencils. Lip pencils, it takes me a lot longer before I need to sharpen them. 4.1 grams is where it is right now. I've used up 1.1 since my previous update, and that's 1.7 since update 2 when this rolled in. And here's my lipstick, the lipstick in 257 by Mina. I have got a tiny little bit of progress on here, 0.1 grams since my previous update, just 0.2 since the intro, but I'm using it and it's an almost daily item now. So I apply this one first, then the Revolution lip liner, and then the Note Mineral Lip Gloss, which I'm going to show you next. I really enjoy this one. Will I be able to finish it this year? I'm just not sure. You know, also, once it's down to the plastic, that's when I will consider it done, even though I may, and I probably will, still concoct it. But as far as this project is concerned, once I'm down to the base, I consider it finished, because that's when ordinarily, like most people, would throw things out, and that's when I would have previously thrown things out before I became a panner and learned how to concoct things. So here's the Note Mineral Lip Gloss that I use on top then, because this Mina lipstick is quite cool leaning. I'm now at 25.4 grams with this product, and that's 0.4 grams less than I had at my previous update, and 1.6 grams since the intro. There are 6 milliliters in here, which is, yeah, kind of like decent for a lip gloss, I find. I really think I can do it. I hope so. And then finally, there's the Huda Beauty Faux Filler Lip Gloss. I'm so close on this. This is in my handbag. I'm gonna, you know, let it settle a little bit and then show you the comparison pictures. But yeah, I think I'm doing all right with this. I'm not even trying to pan this. It just happens to, you know, move quite fast because it is in my handbag. I am that person who applies or reapplies lip gloss, lip balm throughout the day, and also when I'm out and about, because I just need something that moisturizes my lips. Otherwise they feel really dry and uncomfortable. I'm at 38.9 grams with this product right now, which means I've used up 0.3 grams since my previous update, and that's 2.3 since the intro. And yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at the line now, I'm just about here now. So very close to being done. Potentially another empty. Okay, so this means I am now down to 16 products. I just randomly, and I only realized it now, you know, just before I sat down to film when I was weighing everything. All 3 of my empties are actually Primark or PS empties. Odd, but yeah, that's just how it happened. I don't have any more Primark products left in here. Yeah, there's a couple of brands that are here more than once, like Elf, Note now. Revolution, if you count XX Revolution as Revolution. Yeah, so down to 16, obviously not exactly halfway, but I think I'm quite close on a few items here. Definitely on the eye pencil. Also, I think on the face powder, if I only use this one now instead of the Franken one, then I think I could be done with it very quickly. I think I'm also fairly close on the Revolution lip liner and the e.l.f. No But Shadow Stick in Champagne Crystal. And let's not forget the Huda Beauty lip gloss as well. So that's 5 products here where I think I'm close. Maybe over the next month or 2, I could be done with them, which would then bring me down to 11 products. Not at the halfway point of the year, but I think I'm doing all right. I'm not convinced I'll be able to finish all 25 of them, but I'm going to give it my very, very best shot. Especially here with the Fenty, I think this is where I might be struggling, but what else can I do other than use it every day? Maybe I have to start underpainting just to, you know, waste the product a little bit more, but yeah. Not for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear from you how you're getting on with your plan to pan for this year, especially if you've selected 25 items as well, or however many, you know. I don't think we need to put that pressure on ourselves to finish as many products as the year would suggest. And if you're updating your plan to pan on Instagram or on YouTube, please let me know so that I can come and check you out and cheer you on. Thanks again for watching. I really, really hope you'll subscribe if you haven't done so already. And other than that, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night, wherever you are. And I'm sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.